Welcome back, drivers and subscribers. Today we got another video we're dropping of different tips and tricks while out delivering for Amazon that you can utilize on your route to help you finish even faster, smoother, which ultimately means you get to go home even earlier. With that being said, make sure to grab a drink and let me know which company you're out delivering for if you are a delivery driver. Remember, if you find any of this helpful, informational, beneficial, consider hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you all clock in, and there's something to really be said about being aware of your surroundings. So get ready to look up and watch what happens.
You guys hear that? Sound like a bunch of bees. Oh yeah, I can see them. Let's get the hell out of here. Yeah, so when you start doing this job, you become very aware of your surroundings. Who's walking around you? Somebody looks suspicious. There's a loose dog. You notice everything more than you ever thought you would working in this job. If you're just joining the channel, if you're new here, today alrighty, that one's done. So if you're just discovering the channel, we like to show you day in the lives of an Amazon driver, as people have plenty of questions of what this job takes and if they can do this job. So figure I'd put some videos together, help you guys out, and give you some tips and tricks when it comes to doing this gig. Been doing it now for a few months. I've gotten a lot faster and trying to make it a lot smoother for myself, so I figured I'd bring y'all with me. So if you're thinking about being a driver here in the future, check out the videos because we got lots of tips on the channel. Alrighty, always hide it from the street. And let me know what you guys think about these POV style vlogs. They're pretty fun to do. They're actually very easy to do, especially while working. They take no time at all, which is very nice. Because in this gig, time is everything. You'll hear a lot of different people say that when working in this job, and it's true. Your time is everything. So like I said, welcome to the channel. Hope you're all having a good day. If you find any of these videos helpful, consider subscribing. We're gonna be doing a lot more stuff. 26, that's this one. Places like this I really enjoy because everything's right next door to each other. 146 and 145. 145 and 146. Nope, that's U17. This is 146. With this gig, organization is key. Helps you save time, make up time, and stay on track. Both of those go there. We're done with that one. On to the next one. See what I mean? You just keep moving. Today we have 185 stops. We're on number 30. Last time I think I started talking to you guys was about 11:15. So we're about 30 stops in. It's 12:15 right now, which is about a good average. Anywhere from 20 to 25 is ideal, is what you should be averaging, an hour of stops. So we're not doing too bad right now. And like I said, organizing, staying on top of it keeps the job super simple through. Oh, I'm missing one. Yeah, organization, staying on top of everything. Need both of those. Makes it a lot quicker. So if it's your first time watching this channel, I'm going to show you real quick how to keep this system flowing. Alright, so as you see, I always keep my little makeshift table here. My next bag is 468. That's this one, because I kept them in order when loading. So if I do this, clean this out. that one back in. Then I'm gonna break this down. Oh, this is all boxes, sweet. It's even easier. Watch this, big boxes on the very bottom. Labels always facing up, so you can see them when you look down at your boxes from the driver's side. Keep your little boxes in front, stack those all the way up, keep them out of the side of the mirror so you can see your surroundings. Bags go in the middle. Generally, bags are always in order. I organize them, and then I stack them up along the center of the vehicle, and then I stack them up along the center. That way, all I gotta do is grab and go. And boom, just like that, we're working on another tote. Everything is in front. We don't have to go to the back unless we're going back for some overflow boxes or oversized, whatever you like to call them. By the looks of it, the next stop is going to take majority of these packages. So I got 5 packages going to the next stop. And it looks like there's 4, 5, 6 total packages in that tote. So sometimes the totes will have anywhere from 1 to 30 packages, just depending on how many houses have made orders within that route. So some bags will be heavy, some bags will be super light, some bags you'll be scratching your heads like, why did they even put this in a bag? It's mainly because of the zoning. So this is my route. This is where I deliver a lot of the times. And I love it because I already know where I'm going. It sounds crazy when you hear people say in videos, oh, you have your route and you know your streets and Amazon does it purposely. Well, they do. They actually do it purposely. Because you become very comfortable with the roads and the area, and you start knowing, oh, yep, I go to this house, I've been to this house, I know which house this is coming up. I've been to this business, I know where to park and where the entrance is, versus, you know, going through the back or the wrong delivery area. 1245. Looking for 1245, and that's this white one right here. Boom. Stop right at the driveway. Make sure your hazards are on. Turn the vehicle off. And this looks like bag and 149 through 150. Alright, that's actually made it really easy because I already got those organized. Let's go. We got this one. Watch that. Okay, all are scanned. So now, leave these stacked like this. Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. And just like that, we've already worked our way through one of these totes, thanks to this house. I'm taking 5 out of these 6 packages. Sweet! Not very much from the height of it. Yeah, so like I said, some totes they'll be faster than others. Some are gonna take more. They're gonna be a lot of packages. Some will be all boxes like that one was. Some can be all packages, but majority of the time it's a mixture of both. Oh, we got the same thing here. The next one is the same thing. Orange 169 has 5 packages going to the first house. Orange 169, that should be on the bottom back there. See what I mean? Organization is key in this gig. So we throw this back here. Now we got a little table if we want to use that as a table. Hello. Some people are very strict. Stay off my grass. Have a good day. How we doing, boss? You want me to leave this up front? I see you're busy.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. No worries. Have a good day, okay?
Thank you.
You got it. See what I mean? As long as you're organized and you keep everything right in front with you, whoa, everything seems to move quicker. You don't have to go in and out of the van in the back. You don't need to open any more doors besides the front door. Get in and get out. Kind of like to hide everything. Boom. Take a picture and we out. Alrighty, hazards are going off because we are going on a busy road. That's one thing to take into consideration. Don't drive around the main roads with your hazards on. Traffic won't like that. You're gonna get honked at, middle finger, all that good stuff. Alright guys, so here's a perfect example of the GPS system and people saying how, you know, it can be flawed and stuff. But here's where sometimes it can be tricky. So right now, where we're going to is we're going to a newer development, right? And so this house was just built. A lot of that stuff's not in their GPS system. And this is one of the places I actually had to call in one day because I was like, hey, it's telling me it's basically on one part of town and it's basically across the main street from that. And these are the kind of things where if you call it in and you let the driver support know, Amazon will update that in the system, and the next time around anybody delivers to that house, because it's not always going to be you, they'll know that, hey, yes, this dot is in the middle of nowhere, but there's a reason for that. It's because we have a history of delivering there already, right? So all that stuff comes into consideration. Same thing with like if people have dogs and stuff, we have an idea if somebody has a dog or to be on, you know, be aware. So, but this is a perfect example. The other day, so as you can see right here, this house is in the middle of nowhere. The roads are not developed, nothing's developed yet in that area. But because I know where I'm going, I know how to get to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what it would look like if you were just going to go on your stop. So it's going to tell you that it's in the middle of that lot behind us. And part of that's true, but part of that's not true, because if it does look like it's in the middle. There's not even a road that goes to it, as you can see, right? So then the map starts messing up because the GPS system is like, hey, what the hell are you doing? You're not doing what I'm asking you to. But because I know where I'm going and I know where this house is, watch this. So it's telling me to go down that road we just went down. And now it's like, hey, what are you doing? You're driving down dirt, right? But because all of this stuff is new, none of this stuff is really in the maps, as you can see. So after much discovery and searching around the very first time, I know this house is right here. So with that being said, as you can see, it brings us right up to the mark, and that's how we know. And these have little like hiding areas, which are nice. So nobody can see it from the street. Because we know our delivery is done here. I'll slap this on the charger so it keeps your phone with the most amount of battery possible. It's all about getting comfortable with your maps, getting comfortable with your route, right? Once you do that house and you put that house in the system, you're gonna know right off the bat, oh, I gotta go back to that house. I know where that house is. I know where that hard address is that I couldn't find that time, right? So again, this job becomes easier. That stop that took you 10 minutes the first time because you couldn't find it, now it just became 1 minute because you became a professional, because you essentially put it in the system, right? So these are the little tips and tricks that'll help you just get faster at the gig. You don't have to be the most active person, in shape person, but it is gonna help you stay pretty active and in shape once you start committing to this gig. It's a very easy job. This job is one of the jobs that it's gonna make it what you make it. If you make it easy, it can be easy. If you go and want to do things your own way and think you know a better way and all this and that, it's gonna be a pain for you sometimes. Just go with the flow. Don't fight the system, just accept it and move on, right? behind that. Out the van. Hide that from the traffic. And on in the next one. In this job, you're gonna learn K-turns real quick, U-turns, all that stuff. You're gonna become very good at that really fast in these vans. And if you're nervous about driving these vehicles, you're like, oh, it's too big, I don't know if I can do it. Once you start doing it for about an hour and you get the hang of it, it becomes super easy. No U-turn here. See, it's telling me I can't make a U-turn, but that thing's telling me to make a U-turn. Weirdo. So I get asked a lot why I like using my phone versus the company phones. The company phones are always kind of sketchy. Sometimes they want to be good, sometimes they don't. They're these little Caterpillar phones. They just don't do it for me. The battery life's about dead halfway through your shift and it just doesn't work. Mine genuinely lasts all day. I charge it at lunch and again, keeps me moving. I seem to know my phone better than the Androids and Motorola's, so it just works for me. Alrighty, so it's just after lunch. We still have 12 totes in the back and a few overflow. So we're gonna get our side door open and we're gonna start knocking this stuff out. And I only do it when I'm working in the block in a certain area and not on main streets. So save your comments, people. Little thing going here. 3301. Put it down there. Put it in here. And hide the package. This is what I always do. These people might hate me for it, but I really like to hide the package. These guys always keep this out. So we're gonna go like that. Like that. See? Just like that. You can't see anything. Go here. Can't ask for more as they just opened the gate for us. Shoo! Let's go. No kitties today. Oh man. Always hide the packages. And another thing, always treat them like they're yours. We throw in packages. I've seen a bunch of videos on YouTube where the drivers are just throwing packages on the doorsteps. Come on guys, act like you care. And right now what we're working against is daylight. You want to work in the daylight as much as possible so it's easier to see the addresses. So that's why you see me moving, 20 miles an hour in these blocks. Yes, it's 25, but you want to get as much done in the daylight as possible so that way the night's not so rough. We're going this way, and that's this package right here. Yep. Scan as we go, straight to the dough. We won't put it in the food, but we'll leave it right here so they can see it. Bam. But yes, let me show you why. This is my favorite area to deliver in. These houses are just beautiful. I love this area. And the people are super chill too. A lot of group stops. Get those ready. And also have these ready. Pick up, swoop, and go. Watch this. Okay. Straight to the door. 2 packages. Front door. Get your camera ready. Because this is a gated community, I usually don't hide them, but I'm always in the mood to hide packages. We're gonna swipe these. Go straight over to the next one. Bam, bam, front door. Ready? You're always ready to take a picture. Always ready to take the picture. That way you're not at the doorstep making people weirded out. Again, hiding. Always hiding. Yes, it's a gated community, but you never know. Sometimes neighbors can be sketch. I like playing Tetris all day with this job. But if you like games, then you'll like this. So sometimes there'll be no label. A driver aid label, the yellow one. You just look at the address and they're both going. You just look at the address, they're both going to the same place. They belong together. When I tell you you can't overcomplicate this job, I mean it, don't do it. It's easy to do, especially in the beginning. You're trying to be fast, you're trying to be quick, you want to run and all this and that. You want to look good and show them you can do a lot of stops. But after a while, you just come into your own. Scanned. Keep it simple. Look at these trees. That takes talent. I couldn't do it. But these people don't want their packages stolen. FedEx, UPS. Come on, y'all. It's not hard to hide it. They're in a gated community. It doesn't matter. Neighbors don't always like their neighbors. Get my photo ready. Put this behind the cat thing. Show them. Swipe to finish. Boom, just like that. We're on to the next one. And if some of you folks are newer, thinking to yourself, why doesn't he ring the doorbell or why doesn't he knock? I talked about this in one of the other videos. Like, not everybody wants people knocking on their door or ringing doorbells. So I respect that. There's signs on doors and stuff that say, hey, please don't knock, or only knock if you have beer. What's interesting is usually this house I have to do a password signature for the customer to get their stuff. It's usually a password, but not today. So that's nice. Usually that takes more time too, when you got to get a password. And then sometimes the customers don't even know their password or that they got an email with it. And so what they'll do is be like, oh, I don't know it. Like, oh yeah, it's in your email. I'm like, they either go grab their phone, or what you can do to save time if you're a driver, just ask them the last 4 digits of their phone number. And if they can tell you that right away, you're gonna put in the last 2 digits out of the 4, and it's gonna accept the delivery on those terms. So it's a little faster than having to put in 6 numbers. You're only putting in 2. And a lot of the times, wives and husbands know the other's phone number by heart, which kind of makes it easier versus going into an email and trying to figure out the email, right, that they got. So another little tip for you Amazon drivers. Straight to the front door. I always throw these packages right here on the side so nobody can see them. Alrighty, so bye-bye to the nice houses. We're going back into the, regular people houses. So what I was saying is, you get into your own little rhythm about putting, boxes and envelopes in certain areas and hiding them. And the customers actually get used to where you're putting the envelopes and boxes. So it's it works itself out, because sometimes you guys don't ever meet each other, but they know what you're gonna do, you know what you're gonna do as soon as you go to that same property. So it's a pretty interesting dynamic. A lot of the times you don't see the customers. See, I got one over there, and it looks like 3 packages, 2 here, 1 across the street. 240, and that's how I kind of remember 240, and that's how I kind of remember 240. This one right here is gonna be last, because I'm gonna go there last, because I'm gonna jump in on this side of the van, so that's gonna be on the bottom. First 2 packages go to the house that I parked at. See what I mean? You get your own little system. Doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be what works for you. This, one of my favorite snacks while driving. So in the last video I covered a little bit of the pros and cons. I'm going to cover more of the pros and cons that I can find. Starting with the con being sometimes the routes look like it's going to be a walk in the park, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, it's 7 p.m. and you're still out freaking delivering. It's just the way Amazon sets up the routes. It's not that you're moving slow. It's not that you're having a bad day. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes we're gonna have bad days. We're gonna have days where we're not kicking it in high gear, right? But we're human. But for the most part, this job, like I said, is pretty self-explanatory. It's super easy. It's 100% reliant on you. But yeah, sometimes it can be the hours. You're gonna get overtime when necessarily you don't always want overtime, but it's gonna happen. But again, that's somebody being picky and choosy about hours like that, right? I'm all about the money. Pro, listen to your own music, listen to anything you want all day. I got headphones in right now, jamming some oldies, and then I'm probably gonna throw some motivational speeches on it, like listening to those. Just help get you going and stay on it, you know what I mean? Alrighty, so we are on stop 138 out of 185, 180 something. So we got about 50 stops left. We've been moving and grooving since the end of lunch. I think we were just about 72 stops, so we got about another 50, almost 60 stops since lunch, so we're still moving. It's 4:52. So sometimes the customer will ask you to put it in a certain area, and then the system will be like, hey, that's not where it's supposed to go. So you gotta put, hey, the customer asked for it to be in a certain area. Hi, kitty. Hi. How are you? Is it lover? Oh, you're a lover. Oh, yeah, pet me, huh? Pet me. Oh, yeah, pet me. How we doing, guys? Good. I'll leave them up at the door since you're busy. No worries. Alrighty guys, so we are back in town getting ready to fill up some gas and then go take our bags back. So I'll take you guys with me to go back to the yard, put the bags in, and call it a night. If you're a driver watching this video, I'd love to hear from you. How long have you been driving? And again, anything you see in my videos, I'm not saying it's my way or it's wrong, you know what I'm saying? I'm just showing you guys tips and tricks that help me out. So if you guys are appreciating the tips and tricks, let me know what you've learned. What are you doing differently than I am? And I know everybody's got their own thing that, you know, helps them. So again, if we can bring more ideas to the table and somebody reads those comments in the comment section and learns something from it, that's the goal here. I kind of feel like this job is self-explanatory. Majority of people can do this, but I know the work is not for everyone. So with that being said, yes, it's an easy job, but there's a caveat to that too, where you're gonna work your body. You know, you don't stop working. You're scheduled for 10 hours, you're gonna work 10 hours. So you just gotta be mentally prepared for that. Some days are gonna be shorter. Some days, you know, you're gonna get out early, you're gonna help somebody out, rescue them. And some days you're gonna have your full route and, you know, extra sweeps or rescues to where you can just get your hours and knock your route out for the day. There's something to be said about completing your route, knowing you did everything right, knowing you got everything the way it's supposed to be, right? You got everything done right, no mess ups. Yeah, that first pump was weird. It wasn't working. Alrighty. Gas is all set. This line 1, or lane 1, is all tote returns. So meaning just the plastic bag returns. That side over there, they're gonna return their bags, and then towards the end, they're gonna actually return some packages. So that's the only reason you'll get in that line. These are all the awesome warehouse workers. And what we're gonna do is go in this one right here. Alright. Whoa. 20. Usually I hover around 20 bags. About right. Broken one. Just like that, we are done. Oh, thank you.
Here you go.
Appreciate you. Have a good night. That's one thing about working for Amazon is I come home loaded with snacks and my kids love it. I have all kinds of snacks. They always giving us candies and pizzas and Chipotle and breakfast burritos, and that's one thing about Amazon. People will be like, oh, it's slave labor. Believe me, as somebody who's worked with different businesses for years and ran restaurants and crews of people and all that good stuff, this is not slave labor. They actually give a crap about their employees. I've seen it. I've been here for a while now, seen them, you know. They appreciate the drivers. They know the drivers are out there busting their butt. Rain, snow, shine, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. They know the drivers are out there. Alright. One thing I always do is I point my side mirrors down. Now I can see the lines where I'm reversing. Everything looks straight. If I'm not straight, I back myself up. Alright. Pull myself out and do it again. Yep, see, I don't like that already. I'm already one-sided. There it is. Perfect. 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 Alrighty, so we're finishing up our post inspection. We got everything here. Just gonna go ahead and fly through all this. When you see this every day, the last thing you want to do is read every single thing. But for the most part, if you know your van's good, you're good to go. Set that up, bam, submit report. I'll wait for a second. And get all my stuff together here. And we are good to go. And that's gonna end work. We are done there. We are done. Back here tomorrow. We do it all over again. Alrighty, and that is gonna wrap her up. We are done for the day. We are returned. We got everything put away. We'll get all of our lights off. My friends, if you enjoyed this video, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Let a friend know about it. Comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Don't you guys forget to clock out either.